Hi everyone, my name is Magdalene Wanjugu. I am an alumni, class of 97, and currently leading the Digital Library project as part of my role in the alumni. So the Digital Library project is an idea that was conceived in 2018 by a group of alumni who came together and they saw the opportunity to address a need of ensuring that Nyandarua Primary School had a library, but then also they were going to tap into the advancement in the technology age. And so the idea was first born out of the need to improve the education quality at the school and also ensure that the school is keeping up with the current trends. However, in 2020, after the initial conceptualization, we saw that there was an opportunity to expand our plans. This was informed largely by COVID-19, where we saw that, while the first one was going to be a small-scale project, we saw that with the increased population of the school, that we actually needed to have a bigger library that could accommodate at least a larger population of their pupils. Since then, we brought together a group of volunteers, all drawn from the alumni group. And with that, we started the process of conceptualizing what that project would look like, but also with the input of the school. We've gotten a lot of support from the alumni, in conceptualizing this project, and a lot of volunteers coming on board to help us with designing the digital library. We are about to embark on a very exciting journey in 2023, where our goal is to start the construction of the digital library by the second half of the year. Getting to achieve this goal is going to take a lot of work and a lot of support from stakeholders, from the alumni, and from supporters of Nyandarua Boarding Primary School. The library, as conceptualized, is going to have 3 floors. It's going to ensure that it has a dedicated computer lab that is going to accommodate digital books, a place where the children can learn, can acquire digital skills such as coding, robotics, and all that. We envision the library being of benefit to the larger community of Nyahururu as well. We are looking at a facility that is also going to empower teachers, is going to empower people in the education sector, not only in NBPS, but in the larger community as well. We are quite excited that we get to draw in and collaborate with the tens of thousands of alumni who've gone through the school, who acknowledge that the school was the first point of interaction of molding them into who they are today. So we want to call upon everyone to join us in this journey, whereby we are looking to change Nyahururu as the town where we grew up, as the town that shaped us, but then also our school that has had a great impact in our lives and who we are today. And so we just want to call upon everyone to support us and to be with us in this journey. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Keshi Modoi, class of 2001, and I'm delighted to be here today because one of the biggest projects that we've ever undertaken as NBPS alumni will get to hear more insights from the experts who've been behind this project. And I can see my team is already in the backstage. Ms. Wanjugu is right there. I'm going to put her on the screen. I also have our lead architect, Joe, who's right there. And I have also our outgoing chairman, Mr. Muthaa. So without further ado, I'm going to take a back seat and just wait for also to take some notes and learn from this team who've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. I know you guys have been hearing a lot about the library project, so this is the time to learn, to listen. Please engage with us in the comment section, ask your questions. We want to hear your insights. We want to hear your feedback of what we've been sharing so far. And yeah, Wanjugu, the floor is yours. Please introduce yourself, introduce the team behind the project, and we are ready to learn from you guys. See you at the end of the session.
Hi, everyone. My name is Magdalene Wanjugu, and I'm from class of 97. And I'm very glad to be here to share more about this project and what it's about, and hoping that by the end we'll have convinced you guys to get on this journey with us. It's been work that we've been doing for a couple of years now, and we are very excited to finally see it coming to fruition. I'll be with part of the team that has been behind the scenes and ensuring that we have critical critical documents and processes, that are required in this project. But then I'll allow them to introduce themselves, so at least you can hear their voices. Yeah, I think we'll start with Muthaa.
Hi guys, my name is Joseph Muthaa, class of 92. I am the Mkongwe in the house. I'm very excited to be here to actually be the project coordinator in whatever we are doing. It's been a journey that we started a couple of years ago, and I'm happy that we are coming into reality and we are ready to execute the project. So karibuni sana, let's have a discussion, ask as many questions that you can, try and understand the project and the vision behind what we are doing for our primary school. We are just giving back to the community and where we grew up. So thank you.
Joe.
Hi everyone, my name is Joe Nderitu, of the class of 2001. I'm glad to be the lead architect in this project. It's been a journey since the first time we did the first proposal, and we have journeyed together until the other revised proposal that we did last year. I'm looking forward to working together with the team and all alumni towards achieving these projects. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Joe, and karibu everyone today. And I hope that you get all your questions answered, but then also you get to buy into the project. But before I start, I would like to request the people who are already online if they could just go to the comment section and just type what they know about the project. Anything, whether there's anything you've had, whatever whatever you think about it, because I would really like for us to have a very engaging session. So for anyone who's online, and for those who are logging in, or joining, please type about what you know about the project, whether you've had it from someone. And if you don't know anything, just go to the comment section and type that you don't know. But to kick us off, I'll have a presentation, but I want to share a bit of background of how we got to this point where we are doing this very big and bold project. But I also want to let everyone know that while I'm the project lead, actually this was not initially my idea. There were other people, Joe, Betty, Leah, and I usually say those are and others who, I couldn't mention them all. And they were the visionaries, and they started thinking about this in 2018, back in 2018. And so it's just to acknowledge the earlier team that really saw the possibilities of our school, having a library, but then, motivating the rest of us to actually buy into that vision and to just enhance what they had started thinking about. So what I'm doing is leading this great initiative, backed up by the Alumni Association and by a great team of leaders, but then also several committees that have been formed. Key among them being the library task force. That said, we also have a lot of support from the school administration and started from the previous headmistress who left sometime, I think, late last year or early this year. And we have a new headmaster who's come on board and bought into this vision and has been very, very, very supportive. We also already have been allocated by the school the area where the construction is going to take place, and so the structural designs have been developed with this with this in mind, and knowing that we do have a set location, and so I am going to share a presentation. Just a sec. Just give me 1 minute. I'm supposed to be in tech, but then it also has its challenges. Give me a minute, set up.
Okay, as Wanjugu sets up, you can continue engaging and asking questions on the comment section, and more of where we are headed, the big, enormous task that we have ahead of us. We don't know how to do it, but somehow we are going to deliver the library project or the digital library. So let's engage. Let's ask a lot of questions. Let's build Nyandarua, the library that you want to build for them. It's a process that is ongoing. We cannot do it at a go, but I know with time we are going to realize what we want.
Maybe Muthaa, as we wait for Wanjugu to set up and all that, probably you can just discuss about the journey that we've taken for the last couple of years to finally see that this project is coming to fruition through the fundraising phase. Maybe you can take us through a bit of that as Wanjugu is preparing the presentation.
Okay, thank you, Keshi. Like Wanjugu mentioned, this project was discussed during one of the sessions in Nyahururu. And I'm happy that Joe came up with a design that the first design that Joe came up with, I think it was it in 2018, Joe? I believe so.
Yes, it was in 2019.
Okay, yeah, in 2019. So Joe came up with a design, and we had a discussion, and we critiqued the design, and but we couldn't actually do anything at that point. Then we had, at some point, then I remember we sat down with Keshi and Wanjugu, where we sat down and discussed on the way forward. So Wanjugu came up with an oral presentation of what we want to do, and she had a vision in her mind, and of course with the discussion with she had a discussion with Kate. Kate is from the class of 91, who works for Safaricom, and after sharing, then she came and discussed with I and Keshi. Then after that, we went to, during our sessions, I think we did a presentation now to the committee. And yeah, after that, the next point, we again looked at the design, and now we started engaging everyone, and especially the school. So last year during the Alumni Day, we presented to the school the image of what we want the digital library to be. Then the school allocated us a space in terms of where we are going to build the library, and we were all in agreement. And yeah, it's been a journey. Then after that, Wanjugu and her team, in terms of her, has been going around looking at different projects that have been done, so that we actually understand what we want to do. So at this point, we are actually in the execution stage, where we now want to actualize our dream. So I know Joe will at some point discuss the image and how the structure will be. So yeah, that's it so far.
Thank you, Muthaa. Wanjugu, are you ready? I think you're on mute.
Sorry, on my side, it's showing that I'm presenting, but then I don't think you guys, I don't think you guys can see any presentation.
Okay, no problem. Probably just go through maybe verbally, as I can set it up for you in the next 2 minutes, but just go ahead.
So let me just stop sharing. Sorry everyone for that technical hitch. Let's hope that technology works in a short while. But as I want to start from how this how we came about. I mean, how we've gotten to this point. And we've gotten to this point because of the vision and the desire by the NBPS Alumni Association to give back to the school. However, this is not the first project that the alumni is doing. It's one of the many since the alumni started more than, I think, 10 years ago. And every year, the alumni has done a project that seeks to empower the school in certain areas, and especially in things that nobody else can invest in. And so the purpose of this digital library and computer lab was, after doing quite a number of projects and seeing the need grow for having books, for getting into the technology space, and foreseeing that we could not just keep on donating computers, was that we needed to have a computer lab in a space where we would have a library, and as well as a space that would accommodate an extensive reading section, as well as a place for the children to interact with technology. And so for this, the project aims to empower the students of NBPS, bridge the digital divide, knowing that Nyahururu is a rural area, and foster community development. That means that the library is not only aiming to reach the NBPS alumni, the NBPS community, but also community around around Nyahururu as well. And so that is, the background to it. I would want to share a little bit about the Alumni Association, because this is a project that is that was initiated by the alumni and is also being run by the alumni, spearheaded by the alumni. So the alumni was started, I think, 2012, but the Muthaa and Keshi could correct me. And it was a group of alumni who came together, especially motivated by the class of 99, to see how we could give back to the school. And so from then on, as I mentioned, we've been doing different projects. And now the culmination of all the work that we've been doing is this mega project. And so the challenge has been, or our motivation for this project is, after going to the school every year, we noticed that, there were many challenges, yes, but then again, we have to pick what is important, and especially what might not be tackled by CDF, might not be tackled by government, might not be tackled by the parents as well, but has great value to the children. We all benefited from NBPS, and I think during our time, NBPS was and still remains one of the best public boarding schools. And I think there are actually very few in the country. But then our time, I don't think we were as crowded as the school is now. And we also know that resources have been reducing as years go by, and the numbers increasing. And so what we want to address with this project is the rise in demand for quality education, which is still aligned to the Kenyan government vision, but also to ensure that there is universal access to education, and ensure that the kids accessing Nyandarua boarding or Nyandarua primary school now have access to the same quality of education that we had many years ago. We are very aware of the fact that the growth has, the student population has grown so much, but then the student population has grown so much, but then the resources do not match this growth in population of the students, of the pupils. And so noting that the school has constrained resources, limited funding, and also a minimal fee structure, we thought it wise to give something that the school can enjoy for years and years to come. And this is grounded on the background that you can imagine, if the structure of the school, the dining hall, the dormitories, were not built to the quality that they were, that school would not be standing today. And so we thought that we need to have something that the school and many generations to come can actually benefit from. So what is the current situation? Is that the school lacks a dedicated library space. Before the population increased, we had been allocated, the school had allocated a class where we had set up a small library, and through the alumni, members. We had people donate books, and we had two computers, or probably they have increased, and 19 Kindles, which we bought, I think, in 2018 or 2019, to just get the kids to access technology and reading online. But then, as you know, and probably also you might not know, is that these computers are now outdated. And even though there was the initiative by government to have tablets in the schools, I think the school only got less than 30. And you can imagine this is against a population of over 1,000 or over 900 students who are supposed to access these facilities. And so, great, I can see it showing. But Mercy, could you put it on slides? Yeah, I think it's Mercy. You could put it on slide. And then you could go to slide, put it on slides and go to slide. Just a sec. Sorry, guys. And go to slide 6. Yeah, that's the current situation. And as you can see, you know, when you look at those computers, anybody who has any knowledge of computers, you can see by now, those are outdated computers. And there is no way an entire school, teachers plus kids, could use only those two computers. The 9 Kindles, we tried updating them, and I can tell you it has been a futile agenda. And so, yeah, and I hope you all get why this was important. Next slide. So, so what is the response? And the response is what we are doing now. And why I wanted you guys to have the presentation is because as we share the background and as we share this history, it's also important that you get to see the work that the alumni has been doing and what has led us to this point. And so from this photo, this is the Alumni Day last year, where the project was to donate a big screen TV, which they can use for presentations and all that. And so the idea is we continue this improvement. So you can imagine what happens when they have state-of-the-art technology access. It just means that we get to enhance already what has been done. Next slide. And so what is the gap? So this gap is what prompted the Alumni Association to come together to support the school to continue offering quality education. And when we talk quality education, we are not just talking about the books, we are not talking about teaching, we are talking quality education that goes beyond this, and quality education that ensures that children going to this school can advance, can be able to be in the 21st century, and it can provide a basis for them to dream big and to see the possibilities and the potential of what they could become. And what we have is what we are calling a vision for transformation, where the NBPS Alumni Association is committed to giving back. What we are doing is actually giving back. And we want to give back in a grand way. This giving back in a grand way shouldn't be reserved for the alliances and the starehes and all that. Yeah, we can also give back in a very grand way. And anything is possible. If other people have done it, we also can do it. And so we are talking about giving back. And for us, the vision, this is a vision for transformation, spearheaded by the NBPS Alumni Association, committed to giving back. So slide number 10, as Mercy will share, is it shows the vision of what we are dreaming about, and that is the library structure as envisioned after a couple of years of working and iterating and discussing. And this is the building or the design that was brought to life by Joe, the architect. And this will have a ground floor, a first floor, and a second floor. And Joe is going to expound more on the structure. I do not have any background. I have very minimal knowledge in construction. And so Joe is going to share more about the library and the deeper details about it. But the idea is to have the first floor, a second floor, and an upper floor, and you can see which is open, which can be used for meetings, can be used for indoor games, can be used for children to read, in a different environment. And how we've conceptualized this, it's going to be a structure that also includes modern ways of construction. We are also going to ensure that it's disability friendly or disability access, that there's disability accessibility. And this is because the school is also very keen on diversity and integration. And for that is with staff as well as children. And and you can see the library was envisioned to look like an open book. And we hope that also inspires everybody. So I'll move to slide 15, because I had already shared the alumni and about the alumni, and Muthaa had already shared about that, which is about building the future, the digital library and computer lab. And I'll still go back to this point, that our vision for the library is one that stands the test of time and can serve generations and generations to come. And I have already shared a history of how the Alumni Association initiated the concept of the digital library, and also the work we've done up to this point. But then also COVID-19 really exposed us to why technology is important. Unfortunately, for children or pupils who go to Nyandarua boarding, they were left out, like many other public schools, of continued learning, because they did not have access to computers, internet, and all that. And while this is a building that will be in the school compound, it means that we also want to create awareness among parents, among the community, about digital devices as well. And hopefully that people can see the importance and the needs, that it's not just about TikTok or social media, that they actually can be tools that can be used for learning. What the project aims to revolutionize education at Nyandarua boarding by, one, enhancing digital literacy and the education quality, bridging the digital divide. And bridging the digital divide here, we mean that access or equal access for kids and communities in the rural areas. Also facilitating community and economic development through accessible technology, as well as upgrading the teacher training and online learning opportunities. This is how children and the community can get to know what is happening outside, can get involved in other things, and can get to dream big as well. So what have we been doing? So for us, this is, as I mentioned, this is not a Wanjugu project, and this is not just an alumni project. We want ownership far and wide. Friends of Nyandarua body, parents, everybody. We want everybody to be involved, because this is not just going to improve Nyandarua body, but also the community around. So that's what we want. We want it to just be a project that serves everyone, far and wide. And what we have done is that now, after we sat, after 2018, and we had the older ideas, we then thought, why not come together and see how we can just dream big? And that is where we started with the site selection, approaching the school to urge them to buy into the idea, and also ensure that they give us a place where the library could be. We started the design process, and now we'll be moving to fundraising and construction. The estimated costs have already been outlined, because we've had to follow processes such as having the bill of quantities and all that, and the structural buildings. So what we'll be moving to is community engagement. And community engagement here includes everyone in the NBPS community, from the parents to the alumni, to friends, to supporters, to the government, everybody. Corporates as well. But then further on, we want to ensure that this library goes on and on and on for many years to come. I mean, the school was started in 1988, and that has been more than 30 years. Yeah. And so you can imagine, if we build a structure that is going to have more than 30 years lifespan. So when you get to slide 20, you'll get to see just how, so that you can believe that we have work that has been going on. And so you can see those are just some of the drawings that have been done by our architect here, and he'll get to share more about the specifics of all that. I'll move to the implementation. That is slide 21. So where we are at. So one, the first stage was the site selection, and this has already been completed, where we had engagement with the school, we had engagement with the leadership, including the board, and we got formal communication and formal documentation from the school to proceed with this project. We also have already done the designs and the costing of what the project will be. This has already been completed. And the project is averaging a total of about 70 million Kenya shillings. And we are aware that is a big cost. It's a huge cost. But then we are going to do this in phases, starting with the first phase expected to start on the Alumni Day on 23rd, which we are hoping to see most of you on that day. The third stage that we are getting into is project approvals, licenses, and permits. So while the first two levels have had alumni contributing, this other level will have costs implications, And that is why on March 23rd, we will have the first phase fundraiser to ensure that we get funding for following up on approvals, licenses, permits, and all other all other processes that we need to start the construction. The fourth stage is the ongoing fundraising, which has already kicked off. If you haven't received any message urging you to donate even a minimum of 100 shillings, you need to check which groups you're in. However, we'd really love and we really want for you guys to back this up. This month, we're looking to raise the first 2 million. It's a very exciting campaign because this is led by the women of NPBS. And it's honoring women because this is Women's Month. And so let's support our sisters, our mothers, our friends to raise this 2 million to at least help us kick off the project approvals, licenses, and permits and all that. We hope to have fundraised a substantial amount, at least by October latest this year. Oh, and just to mention, when we talk about the ongoing fundraising, we are going to have several activities. We are going to have walks, we're going to have a harambes, we are going to have maybe dinners, we are going to have, what we call crowdfunding, reaching to even the diaspora, everybody in the diaspora and all that. So that is going to be ongoing all along until we complete the project. We're then going to have groundbreaking, which we have scheduled for the last quarter of the year. So hopefully around October. And we're envisioning to have raised a substantial amount of money that can kick off at least the construction of the building. And this one is going to combine with the launch of the project. So that's where we at when it comes to the processes. And before I move on to the sustainability, because as I mentioned, this is a project that we foresee lasting for a very, very long time, for many, many years to come. I want to give the opportunity to Joe to just share with us the technical aspects of the structure of the building, and also the technical aspect of the next phase that we are moving to. So I want to, and please direct all your technical questions to Joe. Joe is the architect, and he's from his company. Joe, you'll tell us your company because he's done some really awesome work. He's a visionary. He's very inspiring, and I can tell you, this group of people have had my backing. So I want Joe to just share with you the technical details before then I come back to share a few more things. Thanks. Welcome, Joe.
Okay. Okay, I think that was a very detailed summary of basically the whole process that we have been going through the last couple of years. Kindly share the image of the library on the screen. The library, actually, the concept of the idea, rather the idea of the library came about from a stack of books. As you can see from the images that had been shared there, it gets the inspiration from having three kinds of the three books stuck together, with the top one opening up, and that's where the library has, yes, that one. As you can see from the entrance, we have where you have that NBPS library logo. It was inspired by three stacks of books, with the roof being inspired by an open book, inspiring kids into the learning process. The library basically has we'll be having several facilities in the building. With the ground floor, we have the reading area. Definitely we have the reception as you come in, and then you have the reading area for the kids, which is approximately 212 square meters. We also have a computer lab of to house about 47 people at a sitting. Then we have staff toilets inside the facility. It's also good to note that this library will be all people, accessible to all people. We'll have a ramp and also a staircase to enable all members of the community and the school to be able to access the facility. In the upper floor, which is the first floor, we have the upper class reading area, which is an expansive area of around 269 square meters. That means at full capacity, the library can be able to hold around, give or take, 500 pupils at a sitting. And then again, we have a rooftop terrace that will be used either for fun activities or meetings. It's basically an open space on the rooftop. The whole project, as you have been told, we are envisioning the project will cost around 70 million. With the first phase of the project, that is the structure, taking about 30 million. This is derived by the area which is 807 square meters at an approximate rate of 35,000 per square meter. That should give us an average cost of 28 million to 30 million to actualize the building structure. After that, we'll have the second phase, which will be to furnish the interiors with the books, the computer lab, and all those other facilities to make it a fully functional digital library. So that gives us a total of approximately 70 million budget. The area that the school had allocated for this project is where the green area from where you get in the gates to where you have the assembly. You have that area that has trees planted, but we have a vacant area of about 25 meters by 15 meters. It is good to note that will not be affecting any of the existing trees. So we are not going back on the green energy and the environmental movement that has been going on in the school. From the design team, as we have been told by our team leader Wanjugu, the first phases of site identification, design, that is architectural. We have had a team of 3 people, me being the lead architect, Then we have had the structural engineer who did the structural drawings to achieve the structure as envisioned. And also we had a quantity surveyor on board who is coming up with the proper bills of quantity and all that will entail fully functional and usable to the kids friendly, the computer lab, and everything appealing inside. In the matters of implementation, we have done the first part, which is the design, and now as it was mentioned earlier, we are now in the project approval process, which basically now we need to get the government involved to give us the approvals from the county governments. I would like to hear some any other technical question that might be directed to me. I'm ready to take on any question. Thank you.
Thank you so
Dr.
much. Yeah, thank you so much, Joe. For anyone who will have questions for Joe, please, or any technical questions, Joe is here to respond. But before I move on to how we are looking at the sustainability and community engagement, is that I want to mention, I want to make a special mention to the library task force that actually that has worked with me on ensuring us guys get to this point. And we've had the leadership of Joseph Muthaa, who's the outgoing chair of the Alumni Association. But then we had a library task force, a bigger group. But then we had another smaller group that we call the Library Design Task Force. And it had Kagiri, who I think is year of 92. He's among the Wakongwes. He's a civil and structural engineer. We have David Mathea, who class of 93, who's in real estate, and he came in as an advisor. And then we have Joe, who's class of 99 and has done the architectural drawings. And then we have Emmanuel, who is, I think, 2010 or 2011, one of the young ones, the very young ones, and who has supported a lot in the logistics. We have Joem Boothia. I think she's also one of the Wakongwes, I think class of 92 or 91, who's an interior designer. And then we have Mainge, who's a structural engineer as well, and who actually worked on the BQ. We have Victor, class of 92 or 93, who's one of the advisors based on their, on their background in construction and all that. And Zachary, who's also in construction, and who came in to support with at least advice and all that. So this is the Library Design Task Force. And to just get to the level that we got, is that we went through certain processes where this team and others, so this is a smaller team, but then there was the other team, Aknalea, class of 96, who conceptualized this initially. But then when we started now just thinking about doing this as a grant project, we had another team that had Keshi, class of 1998, Betty, David Bayer, Muthaa, gosh, I'm forgetting a couple of names. And please, if I haven't mentioned you, Siko Bayer, I'm just forgetting names at this point. But there are many other people who've joined brainstorming calls, brainstorming meetings to get us to this point. And just the people I've mentioned are just the smaller task force that has been involved now in the photos and in the designs that you're seeing. And as you can see from slide 23, just open slide 23, Marcy, you'll get to see, people really came out very strongly to come in and get on calls and give their time to help us really figure what this project was going to look like. And I'd like Marcy, Marcy share the screen, and I would like to really acknowledge each and every one of these people who have really been there for us and supported us in each and every way. And I might not mention them all because we are quite a number. And the task force, now the library task force, what we did so that we could get inspired and we could actually learn from others is that we visited existing libraries in certain areas. One of them was Wamunyu, an organization called Kenya Connect, where we actually saw that what we were envisioning was very possible. We could identify with Wamunyu or Kenya Connect because this is an organization that is in, it's in the rural area, and it has a state-of-the-art library which is serving children from very poor backgrounds, and they showed us the possibilities of what that actually what we are envisioning can come to life. And I would like to also take this opportunity to thank Kenya Connect for actually taking time to really share with us about the school and I mean about their library and all that. And from the photo, you can see the photo of that is Kenya Connect. That is a library. It has 3 floors. And you can also see the task force members. That is David and Kagiri. This is us at Wamunyu. And this is Joe at Nyandarua Boarding when he had gone to take the measurements and all that, so that he could start the design process. And so I really want to share that this has been quite a journey where we have engaged. We also visited a computer center in Mukuru kwa Ruben by an organization called Mikato Safari, by an organization supported by Mikato Safaris. And for this, we got to see that there's actually the possibility of having a big computer lab that could be accessible to more than 50 people at a time. And we did this over one weekend, and I'm really grateful to the task force for giving their time and their resources to really work with us in this journey. But then I also want to share with you that everybody who has been involved in this process has volunteered their time. We have not paid a single shilling to anyone. So all the work that you get to see, it's alumni who have volunteered their time, their resources, their skills to ensure that we get here. Apart from the library task force, we have other people who've come in with their skills and time, and that is the communication that you get to see. We have people with financial expertise that get to to ensure that there is accountability and that the funds are spent as they should, advising us on what we should do, how we should run the campaign, on budgeting, and putting together the costs that are required. And so we have a very diverse pool of alumni volunteers who have been very supportive. And those photos just show some of the people, Victor and Mange, and some of the people who have come on board. And so for this session, I really want to encourage other alumni members, if you have something you can contribute to, it doesn't have to be money all the time, is that we will need a lot of resources, we will need also a lot of expertise, and we're very open to anybody who can come in to support us on this. And so I'm going to move to how do we envision this for the long haul. Is that we are very big on ensuring that this serves many people for years and years to come, just as the school has served thousands and thousands of people. And we will open up this facility to also the community, to where probably the school can have small charges, maybe partnerships, maybe host events, and ensure that the school is able to generate a bit of income. Then again, community engagement, where we are really hoping to have like school-led outreaches. We are not selfish people, and we are hoping that the school could also get to reach other schools. That is why we have like school outreaches, workshops. We could train other teachers from other schools, community members, and also volunteer opportunities. So I come to the last section, which is what we call a call to action in the sector which I work in. And our call to action is what we are talking about. We will need money. We will need resources. So if you happen to have a hardware, atujakata rangi, atujakata cement, atujakata kagoto, all that, is something that you can donate or contribute to the project. For those who are online, as you're watching, please go to your M-Pesa and go to Paybill 522522. That is a KCB account, and key in the account number there and just send whatever amount of money that you can, even as little as 100 shillings, to support us. At least that by March we can kick off with now getting to the next phase, which is getting the permits and all that. And I want for this and other things that you can do is also spread awareness, share with your family, share with your friends, share on social media. We're having very low engagement on our socials. Please, we are on TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. Share, repost. Just imagine how great it would be when we get this library. So be part of the legacy. But today I wanted to share something which I hope is going to inspire all of us. And what I want to share is in memory of Apollo Chumba, and just what this support means. Apollo was in class of 96, and he's one of the people who actually pioneered the alumni, the establishing of the Alumni Association. Unfortunately, Apollo died in 2016, but interestingly, his mom joined the Facebook alumni group to continue engaging with the alumni and carry forward Apollo's legacy. And just the other day, Apollo's mom donated to this cause. And and this quote is from her, where she says, "My late son Apollo Chumba was a proud NBPS alumni. I am now part of the alumni Facebook group, which always encourages and inspires me when I see the great work you are all doing. I have donated towards the digital library project, and you can always count on my support. May Apollo's legacy live on through all alumni endeavors." And this, for anybody who will see Apollo's mom, is to say we are very grateful. And she's one of the people who is carrying this spirit of seeing us get this library. And therefore, my clarion call is to all of you, is that this is not just an alumni project, it's a community project. Let's reach out to our friends, to our families, to our colleagues. If you know of any corporates who can buy into this, is please bring them on board. Actually, the idea to have the drawings, the BQ and all that, is because one of the alumni who works in Safaricom has shared with us what Safaricom looks for before we present this kind of projects to them. And so please, we really hope that as you open your pockets, you also open the doors, you also get to help us reach your networks. We are available, we have all the information that is required, and we really hope that we can work on this project together. And yeah, that is all from me. And I will leave you with, together, let's build a legacy of learning and opportunity for the NPBS family. We will take questions. Thank you. Keshi, I think we're now on Q&A. Anyone? Thank you, everyone. We can see comments, and I think I'd seen a question. Question on whether the library is compliant with any green initiatives. If so, yes, we are. One of the things that we learned, and probably Joe could expound on that, was also how to get, I think, eco toilets or something like that. So to ensure that, we have, So I don't know the technicalities. And also the glasses, but I know there's quite a bit because, what are they called? Kenya Connect was also kind enough to share with us some of those insights. And so, yes, we do have them. But this is to say that if this is something, Pablo, that you have a background in, we really welcome you to share your insights as well. But maybe Joe could expound.
Yes, on the green initiative, we have 3 areas that we have taken into consideration. One being we had
Joe, maybe you can type if I think your internet connectivity is a bit
okay.
It's a bit shaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As you can see with the design of the roof, it was done that way intentionally, so that we can have as many solar panels as possible. Because even from the site visit we had at Wamonyo, the project was actually like fully powered by solar panels. So we intend to have that initiative in this project. Also, secondary, there'll be a rainwater collection. The way the roof is coming to the center, the butterfly shape is to correct all the water within that area into one, and then the gutters will take the water down. Maybe later we can have an extension of the project by introducing a rainwater harvesting tank. On the third area, the design of the structure is oriented such a way that the eastern and the western sun, the facades, you can see from the design, it's brick cladded. Yes, we don't have, yes, please return that image. We don't have windows. We don't have a lot of windows with the western facade. This is to prevent a lot of accumulation of hot air inside the building. So we are trying to ventilate the building naturally. That's why we have the northern and the southern facades all with glass. Then we'll have some ventilation panels in between there. So we have taken into thought those three elements: water collection, solar power heating, and orientation and facade cladding of the building to prevent what we call the greenhouse effect. Back to you, Wanjugu.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was a really good question, Pablo. Anyone else? Please ask questions. We really want you guys to own the project because you will be our ambassadors. And thank you so much to everyone who has joined. Is really great seeing all of you. Yeah, I see Elijah. You've said best idea moving in phases. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, we'll be moving in phases so that we ensure that we are accomplishing something, and it's also really good when we see us moving. And I'm hoping that we will have everybody on board supporting us, including this first phase. Which is on 23rd March. We really hope to see you all. Please make time and please donate to the campaigns. As little as 100 shillings. If every one of us, the Facebook group has 2,000 people, and if every one of us reached just 10 people to give 100 bob, I can tell you we will get to that 2 million in March. And I really hope that you can garner as many 100 shillings as possible. There's actually an award for the person who garners the most 100 shillings. Yeah, thank you, Onesmus. Yeah, it is really nice to give back to the school fraternity, and we really hope that you're with us on this journey. Yeah, thank you all for the very kind comments. And the push as well as the support. Yeah. And we also note the apologies from the principal, Mr. Mbogwa. He's been very supportive, and thank you, thank you to the teacher DK who's joined the meeting. Please pass our regards to the school community, and we will also be coming to them to contribute that 100 shillings before the alumni day. So tell them to prepare their pockets. If the school has 1,000 children, and every parent or every guardian for each student contributed 100 shillings, we already have 100,000 from the school. So there is no amount that is too small. Every amount matters, and every amount will go towards this project. It's very good to see Robert, my brother, and saying, great to see you guys. Thank you for this project. Looking forward to contribute and participate. Yes, please send us those monies, and also send us your skill sets on environmental sustainability. We do need that. So yeah, Keshi, Thank you, Sally. Good to see you. Yes, this is very awesome. I hope you all see the awesomeness in it. Yeah. Now, so that I don't keep going on and on like a radio presenter, I'll hand over to Keshi.
Thank you, Wanjugu, for the detailed presentation and engagement. I believe anyone who did not know much about the library project, now you have a few insights here and there on what the library project is all about. And also Joe has given the technical aspects of the project. He's the lead architect and also my classmate, class of 2001. And our chair, it has been a bit quiet over there. I want to bring chair back on the screen. Mercy, maybe you can remove the presentation now so that we can see the speakers properly now. Thank you. And Chair, I just want you to just sort of conclude and summarize what has been discussed today as now we go into the full force fundraising for the alumni day. You can also speak about the day that's coming in the next 15 days or so. So yeah, over to you, Chair.
Okay, thanks a lot, Keshi, and thanks a lot, my team, for the dedication and for your time to deliver this project. For me, is really to thank everyone that has been doing a lot of things behind the scenes. So as you've seen through the presentation, you've seen there's a lot of stuff that has been done. And I really want to appreciate all the teams. The task force, Kina Joy Mbuthia, I think Wanjugu said that you're from class of 92. You are our Mkongwe, should be, I think, class of 89. Akina Kagiri, Joe, Madea, everyone, I really want to thank you for the work that you have done behind the scenes. Also, I think we need to appreciate the former head teacher, Mrs. Ndongo, because she allowed us to build the project, and she actually also gave us authority through writing for us to proceed with the project. For now, we have new energy brought in by our new head teacher, Mr. Mbogwa. He's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I think because I engage with him a lot, there's a lot of collaboration from him and with the county officials, with the office of the governor, with everyone. So he's really trying to do a lot for so that we can have a smooth running. I think I want to also appreciate the BOM of the school, because they are really behind us in terms of the implementation. So for me, I'm proud of everyone at NBPS and the alumni because they have shown a lot of interest in this project. And I think this session has brought to life what we envision to give back to the community. To note, as Wanjugu explained, is that this digital library is not only serving the students at NBPS, but also it is serving the community at large. And I think that is the joy that brings all of us to actually partner in this project. Because I think if I remember, the library that we had them days, you couldn't even access a lot of books. So this is an opportunity that let's do this. Let's all hold hands so that we can deliver this project. I also want to appreciate the former teachers, because they will come on the 23rd, and they are also in full support of what we are doing. So what I want to ask everyone is, let's hold hands. Let's build this digital library. Like everyone is saying, you don't have to donate money. if it's a bag of cement, if it's a kg of nails, name it. Let's all come together. If you don't know how to give, reach out to us on all the social media pages and all the social media ways that we have. Talk to us. We are going to show you how you can give. On the 23rd, 23rd of this month, which is the 23rd of March, we are going to have a very, very busy day because there are a lot of invited guests and there are people who are willing to be there on that day, even business people. I remember I was discussing with some alumni who've actually invited even the business community in Nyahururu. They want to come and partner with us. So invite everyone to come and join us on the 23rd. It's going to be an exciting opportunity to just give back to the community and also share the vision that we have. It's going to be a big day on the 23rd. So all I'm asking everyone is to give. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If it's 100 bob, if it's anything, just give. We will be willing to support and give and build the digital library that we want. I want to appreciate at this moment the communications team. They have done a tremendous job in terms of sharing the information that we want to deliver to the public. And let's everyone, like everyone is saying, just share. Whatever information that we get, let's share to everyone in the community. I think that's it for me for now, unless we have any question. I think I can see a question from Salome. Is the library open to the community at large? Sorry, I didn't get to hear that. Yes, Salome. Like we said, the library is not open only for NBPS students. It's actually open to all. So anyone can is eligible to come and use it. I don't think there are any more questions. So Keshi, I think I'm going to hand back over to you. But thank you guys. Hope to see you on the 23rd. And this giving is progressive. So it doesn't have to be you're giving on the 23rd only. So 23rd is just a day of the initial stage of fundraising, but it's going to be a progressive way of reaching out to everyone. So thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Bwana Chair, for your insights and also for believing in this vision all these years. I know it's taken quite a number of years from the time the dream was discussed with the committee and also the leadership. And also, as we are passing the baton to the new leadership, we hope that the vision continues growing and will continue supporting them in the background. So I'm just going to bring back Wanjugu and Joe to give their parting shots in terms of what to expect and also just a little teaser of what to expect on the 23rd and also in regards to the project. 23rd is a big day, as Muthaa has said. It's the annual alumni day. We always do it in March, but this year also it ties with the fundraising for the library project. So maybe Joe, you can give your parting shot, then we finish with Wanjugu.
Joe, you're on mute.
Joe.
Sorry about that. Thank you everyone for all the contribution that you have done towards this project. I believe we have just started the journey because what we were cooking in the kitchen now has to come out to the public, and I would urge everyone to join in this journey. this is a project that is going to empower all those kids in NBPS and also the community. And it would be good to do a legacy project for our town, Nyahururu. I believe this would be one of the most modern, if not the most modern, library in Nyahururu and its environs.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Joe. I'm just seeing it's 6 minutes to 9 p.m. and I know how as Kenyans we love the news. Yangu
You can either give me.
Oh yeah. Yangu ni kuomba
Okay,
tafadhali. Oh, sorry. Yangu ni kuomba tafadhali to support with your coins, with your prayers, with your time, with your skills, everything. But the most important one is 23rd. Please show up. Please show up. It's a really good networking forum. It's good to see your old people. I mean, your old friends. It's great to go back, to where we started, and it's great to give back. This is going to be our collective success. So I really hope to see. It's just that Emmanuel, our accountant, is not here today, but we will ask him whether the M-Pesa has been, tetemekai because of that money that is coming in. And please know that there is no amount that is too small. If each one of us purposes to reach at least 10 people to give us 100 bob, I can tell you we are going to get there. So get the bank number. As we continue, we will have more giving platforms. But for now, support the NBPS Alumni women to raise 2 million shillings by March this year. But apart from that, we are really, really hoping to see you on 23rd, each and every one of you. And thank you so much for supporting us and for being here today. Asanteni sana. And have a good night, everyone.
Thank you so much, Wanjugu. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you so much, Muthaa, for your insights and advice. So just to the audience, if you missed part of the session, it will be available on our YouTube channel. And as we've been told, 23rd, 15 days from today, we have our big alumni day at NBPS grounds. This is the biggest event we'll have. So invite everyone, classmates, invite all your classmates. We don't want anyone to miss. And above all, please give back to this project so that we can jumpstart and kickstart it. Over the years, we've done several other projects that we are really, really glad that you supported us. And we pray that also for this one, we will also use your influence in the marketplace to also push this. And tomorrow is International Women's Day, as Wanjugu has said. We've been celebrating phenomenal and outstanding alumni women. You've been seeing them in our social media. Today we were spotlighting Mama Apollo, as you heard Wanjugu mention, and she's been a big part of our community. And Apollo, rest in peace, and we continue with his legacy by supporting the cause today. So the idea is to rally behind every woman that's spotlighted. So as Wanjugu said, go and support this project, and we will continue updating the progress of our financials in our WhatsApp groups and the Facebook group. And from me, I say good night and thank you so much. Let's continue the conversation on our social media platforms. Good night.
Good night.